Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning uh, to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We begin with the roundup of the activities last week. Uh, First of all, the visit of the President of the Republic of Uzbekistan to Pakistan, which took place this week. The President, His Excellency Shavkat Mirziyoyev, paid a state visit. Shaukat Mirziyoyev paid a state visit to Islamic Republic of Pakistan on 5th to 6th February 2026 at the invitation of our Prime Minister, His Excellency Muhammad Shahbaz Sharif. This is the second visit of Shaukat Mirziyoyev to Pakistan, which reflects a very positive upward trajectory of Pak-Uzbek bilateral relations and the brotherly ties between our two countries, rooted in common history, faith, and aspirations for peace and prosperity in Central and South Asia. During his stay in Islamabad, His Excellency the Uzbek President met with our President and held delegation level talks with the Prime Minister and addressed the Pakistan Uzbekistan Business Forum. The Deputy Prime Minister, Foreign Minister, Senator Muhammad Ishaq Dar also called on the President of the Republic of Uzbekistan. The two nations signed a joint declaration on the outcomes of the state visit, and I'm sure that you must have seen the declaration. It's available on our portals. Um our leadership held very comprehensive, in-depth discussions covering full spectrum of the bilateral relations. This was, of course, in the follow-up of the Prime Minister's visit to Uzbekistan in February last year, and also in the context of the inaugural meeting that was held of the High Level Strategic Cooperation Council, aimed at providing top level oversight of bilateral cooperation. Both sides reiterated their commitment to implementing previously signed agreements and roadmaps. Economic cooperation was a key focus. The leadership affirmed their goal of increasing bilateral trade to US 2 billion by 2029, expanding the preferential trade agreement, finalizing a bilateral investment treaty, and enhancing collaboration in sectors such as pharmaceuticals, textiles, agriculture, mineral, and engineering. They agreed to establish joint industrial zones and hold the first intergovernmental, interregional forum in Uzbekistan in 2026. Connectivity and regional integration were highlighted, particularly the Uzbekistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan railway project, including agreement on the Termez Karachi route and joint financing of the feasibility study. Pakistan reaffirmed access to its seaport and transport infrastructure for Uzbek trade. Equally importantly, the visit of the President of the Republic of Kazakhstan to Pakistan took place this week. His Excellency Kasem Jomrat Tokayev, the President of the Republic of Kazakhstan, was in Pakistan from 3rd to 4th February. This state visit of the Kazakh president opens a new chapter of cooperation in bilateral relations between the two brotherly countries. The president was accompanied by a high level delegation comprising senior cabinet ministers and high ranking officials. During the visit, President Tokayev met with the President of Pakistan, held talks with the Prime Minister, and addressed the Pakistan Kazakhstan Business Forum. A joint declaration on establishing strategic partnership between the two countries was also issued, which I'm sure you must have covered. It was decided to institutionalize the high level engagements, including the regular reciprocal visits and biennial strategic dialogue at the level of the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister, while advancing parliamentary exchanges and consular cooperation. In the security and defense domain, the two sides agreed to strengthen collaboration in counterterrorism, combating organized crime, cyber crimes, drug trafficking, and other emerging threats, and to continue joint military exercises and professional exchanges. Several agreements were signed, including on treaties on extradition, combating crimes, cooperation in UN peacekeeping mission, as well as in the areas of transit trade, customs, financial regulation, agriculture, Economically, the leaders set an ambitious target of increasing bilateral trade to US $1 billion and committed to expanding cooperation in energy, agriculture, textile, finance, technology. The two countries also underscored the importance of transport and regional connectivity, supporting multi-modal corridors linking Central and South Asia, including Trans-Afghan Railway Initiative, and agreed to explore the resumption of direct flights. They agreed that a peaceful settlement of Jammu and Kashmir dispute in accordance with the relevant UN Security Council resolutions. The visit concluded with mutual invitations for future high-level exchanges, signaling a new chapter in Pak-Kazakh relations. The Deputy Prime Minister, Foreign Minister, Senator Mohammad Ishaq Dar had held diverse engagements during this period. First, he received the representative of the President of Azerbaijan on special assignment, His Excellency Mr. Khalafov. And during this meeting, the Azeri side briefed the Deputy Prime Minister on ongoing and forthcoming initiative under the Azerbaijan's chairmanship of SICA, which is the Conference on Interaction and Confidence Building Measures in Asia. The DPM also received Sham Nimul, Minister of Commerce of the Kingdom of Cambodia. Both sides reaffirmed their mutual desire to collaborate closely in strengthening the bilateral partnerships, particularly in the domain of economy, trade, and investments under the purview of the Pakistan-Cambodia Joint Trade Committee. The the Deputy Prime Minister also held telephone exchanges. He spoke with the Azeri Economic Minister, Mikhail Jabarov. They discussed strengthening economic cooperation, trade and investment ties, and agreed to maintain close contact. Our Deputy Prime Minister, Foreign Minister spoke with Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi twice this period. He expressed concern over the evolving regional situation and underscored that dialogue and diplomacy remains the only viable way forward. Both leaders agreed to maintain close contact, and they discussed regional development and underscored the importance of dialogue and diplomacy and agreed to continue close engagement and coordination. The Deputy Prime Minister, Foreign Minister also spoke with the Foreign Minister of Uzbekistan, uh, and they reviewed bilateral relations, ways to enhance cooperation across multiple areas, and appreciated the continued momentum of high level engagement between the two countries. The DPM Foreign Minister spoke with Commonwealth Secretary General, Honorable Shirley Bochwe, and our side highlighted Pakistan's role as a founding member of the Commonwealth and reaffirmed continued commitment to democracy, good governance, development, and multilateral cooperation. And both sides also discussed avenues to strengthen cooperation, particularly through enhanced intra-Commonwealth cooperation. The Deputy Prime Minister, Foreign Minister received a phone call from the Foreign Minister of Azerbaijan, Ceyhun Bayramov. Foreign Minister Bayramov conveyed condolences for the victims of Islamabad terrorist attacks. Both sides also discussed current regional and international developments of mutual interest and reaffirmed the enduring partnership between the two brotherly countries. Our Deputy Prime Minister, Foreign Minister, also spoke with the Turkish Foreign Minister twice during this period, Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan. Both leaders also exchanged views on bilateral relations, matters of mutual interest, regional and international developments, and agreed to remain in close cooperation. So this was the sum up of the key international diplomatic engagement of our Deputy Prime Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, this week we also notified the revised control list under the Pakistan Strategic Export Controls, the Export Control Act, Strategic Export Control Act 2004. And as you know, this export control relates to strategic export controls on goods, technologies, material, and equipment related to nuclear and biological weapons and their delivery systems. So this updated national control list uh, is 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 a is an obligation that we have been undertaking, and this was the sixth review since inception of SICA 2004, and the updated list is available on the website. It was first issued in 2005 and was subsequently reviewed in 2011, 15, 16, 18, and 2022. So this latest update ensures the continued harmonization of Pakistan's strategic export controls with the lists that are maintained by the Nuclear Suppliers Group, the NSG, the Missile Technology Control Regime, MTCR, and the Australia Group, which relates to chemicals. Um, this notification underscores Pakistan's resolve to further strengthen its export control regime and reaffirms its role as a responsible technology holder state, firmly committed to the objectives of non-proliferation and fulfillments of our international obligation in this regard. This week, ladies and gentlemen, the sixth round of Pakistan-Canada bilateral political consultations also took place. On behalf of Pakistan, Ambassador Nabil Munir, Special Secretary, United Nations, and Director General Americas, Mr. Amir Khan, participated, while the Canadian side was represented by Ambassador Weldon Epp, Assistant Deputy Minister for Global Affairs Canada and High Commissioner of Canada in Islamabad, uh, His Excellency Mr. Tariq Ali. Recognizing the significant untapped potential in the relationship, both sides expressed their readiness to improve the implementation of existing agreements and identify new avenues for cooperation, particularly strengthening trade and economic cooperation, including greater support to business communities, facilitation of trade delegations, and enhanced institutional linkages. The two sides also exchanged views on evolving global and regional environment and discussed key multilateral issues of mutual interest. Both sides agreed to maintain regular consultations and expressed confidence that sustained engagement would lead to new progress. Uh, this week, ladies and gentlemen, you must have seen the two joint statements issued by eight Islamic foreign ministers, that is, the foreign ministers of Pakistan, Egypt, Indonesia, Jordan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, UAE. So the two statements, first one condemned Israeli repeated violation of ceasefire in Gaza, and the other one was on the alleged Israeli actions in the occupied West Bank. So the first statement basically termed Israeli attacks in Gaza as risk to escalating tension and undermining efforts aimed at consolidating calm and restoring stability at a time when regional and international parties are working collectively to advance the second phase of Gaza peace plan and implementation of the UN Resolution 2803. And in the second statement, ladies and gentlemen, the foreign ministers condemned Israeli decisions and measures aimed at imposing unlawful Israeli sovereignty, entrenching settlement activity, and enforcing a new and illegal administrative reality in the occupied West Bank, thereby accelerating attempts at its illegal annexation and displacement of the people of Palestine. The foreign minister reaffirmed that Israel has no sovereignty over the occupied Palestinian territory. Israeli action represent an assault on the inalienable right of the Palestinian people to realize their independent and sovereign state on the 4th June 1967 lines with occupied Jerusalem as its capital. Such actions by Israel undermine the ongoing efforts of peace and stability. This week, Pakistan also hosted the informal retreat of D8 commissioners on 5th and 6th February in Lahore. Pakistan hosted this retreat primarily to discuss strengthening the D8 Secretariat and improve its financial and administrative matters ahead of the commencement of the 51st session of the D8 Commissioners and the 12th D8 Summit. As you know, the current D8 Secretary General is Ambassador Sohail Mahmood, Foreign Secretary, and it comprises Azerbaijan, Bangladesh, Egypt, Indonesia, Iran, Malaysia, and Nigeria, Turkey, and Pakistan. So Pakistan attaches a lot of importance to D8 process and would remain engaged with it. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, two important visits to Islamabad. First was the Director General UNESCO, Dr. Khalid Al Enani. Director General arrived in Islamabad on an official visit. He called on the Prime Minister and held meeting with the senior government officials to discuss strengthening our strategic cooperation between Pakistan with UNESCO. And this was the very first visit of Dr. El Anani to any country since his election as the new Director General of UNESCO in November 2025. The second visit is that of the investment. The second visit, important visit this week, was the visit of Minister for Investment and Downstream Industry of Indonesia, as well as the Chief Executive Office of Danantara, His Excellency Mr. Rozan Roslani. Uh, the Minister for Investment from Indonesia visited here from 9th to 10th February. This was at the invitation of our Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister. And during the visit, he called on the Prime Minister and as well as the Deputy Prime Minister. The visit underscored the shared resolve of Pakistan and Indonesia to elevate economic engagement and translate leadership level initiatives into tangible outcomes. So this concludes my opening remarks, ladies and gentlemen, and I open the floor for